Well, that's the general disposition in the end of the 1st and the 2nd century, with Sogdiana in the north, Kushan territory covered with red. This is a chart of all Kushan coins found on the territory of Sogdiana. We have everything from Kujula Katfizes, a lot of Sotar Megas, quite a lot of Kanishka, and then it cuts off completely. We don't have anything after Kanishka. It is quite clear there was some kind of obstacle in the border between Kushan territories and Sogdiana. Well, we know that during the time of Kanishka, the wall in Darband was restored. So there was an attempt to control the border. And it looks like that Kushans were actually preventing Sogdians from going in and Kushans going out into Sogdiana. What is happening at that time in the north? This is a hoard of Roman coins, denarii, 2nd century, from Mujum. Mujum is actually situated here. This is just at the entrance to the mountain Ostrushana. In other words, most likely, these coins were moving along Sirdarya, getting into Fergana and up to Ostrushana. The composition of the hoard is not typical for India. This hoard looks like hoard from Barbaricum, in other words, from northern Black Sea area. It contains mostly, first of all, emperors of the 2nd century. The latest is Commodus. This is area of Perm, well, Kama area, Eastern Europe. Coin of Kujula Katfizes, copper. Then old archives in Hermitage. This is a Bukharan coin of Eusebius imitation, 2nd century Anno Domini. If we think about it, we can look into Chinese sources, which actually tell us that Kingdom of Yan, well, is to the north of Yanchai, which is basically to the north of Aral Sea, equals to Alangliao. And its dependency on Kanju. It produces small animal pelts. There are no small animal pelts in the steppe. It must be coming from the north. Well, interestingly enough, there is very far in the north Astiatsky clad. And in Astiatsky clad, that's Bactrian production, that is Falar with Artemis. But remarkably, it is found with 2 helmets of Chinese type and some other objects which are typical for Sarmatian burials, including Chinese mirror. Sogdians are actually already in the 1st century or 2nd century Anno Domini start trading in the north with fur trade, something that we did not see before. This are fairly new finds. But then the situation completely changes. We have Sasanian occupation of Bukhara that is happening probably 230 and 240 Anno Domini. Overall, there are listed about 100 finds of Kushan, post-Kushan, and Kushano-Sasanian coins in Bukhara. Well, and when this period ends, and that is 2nd half of the 3rd century, so by 360, Kushano-Sasanian period probably ends. In Bukhara, we have coins which actually reproduce with a great knowledge of Sasanian coin iconography, in copper and silver, different elements of Sasanian coinage, including altars, portraits, and so on. If we look attentively at Kabe Zardusht, it says Kushan kingdom up to Peshawar, Kesh, Sogd, and Chach was actually seized by the people of Shapur II. Note, please, that this is a perfect description of borders of Bukhara. Bukhara is by Kushano-Sasanians. Mountains of Chach, Sogd, and Kesh are not taken. Indeed, in Kesh, Samarkand, and Chach, there are no Kushan-Sasanian coins and no post-Kushan coins. Approximately border, as it can be reconstructed, for 300. And now Roman coins. In Merv, we have, for that period of time, from the middle of the 3rd to the middle of the 4th century, some 16 coins which were published, and then claim by Smirnova, which is not substantiated by exact publication, of 30 Roman late 3rd brass. There was apparently a hoard of late Roman 3rd brass in Shymkent. Well, this is Valenzo Valentinianus, mint of Trier. One more coin, finds of 1930s, described both by Masson and Dombrovsky in Almata, actually Aurelianus. Well, I would like to remind that collection of Petrovsky, which is now in Hermitage, had 8 late Roman coins, most likely purchased in Turfan. We don't know for sure. What it is, we have perfect marking. Our friends merchants actually left us 1 coin in each important site along the Silk Road. What is it? Together with these coins, we have Kushan Sasanians and imitations of Kushans up to the site of Karakol in the southern shore of Issyk. What's happened? Well, when Kushan Sasanians seized Bukhara, they crashed this northern border, which was unpenetrable before. Basically, Sogdian goods went to the north. Thank you.